decades, the Creative Bravos Awards have recognized the substantial contributions made by numerous channels of artistic expression, education, community enrichment. Earlier in the Bravos history, we had categories such as Outstanding Arts Organization, Distinguished Volunteer of the Year, Significant Contribution in Arts Education, among others. Now, under the stewardship of the City of Albuquerque Department of Arts and Culture since 2018, the Creative Bravos Awards continues to shine a spotlight on the diverse array of artistic and creative and cultural achievements across the city. From individual talents to innovative businesses, each recipient embodies the spirit of creativity that enriches Albuquerque's cultural landscape and makes this an amazing place to live. Arts and Culture recently participated in the Americans for the Arts groundbreaking study on the local impacts of art and culture in our community. And I'm sure this isn't going to surprise anybody here, but what was discovered was that Albuquerque's nonprofit arts and culture industry generates at least $270 million in economic activity just in 2022 alone. So yeah, I know. We've got some creative entrepreneurs in here, so thank you guys for that. It also showed that the economic activity in arts and cultural industries supports at least 3,902, because it was a study, 3,902 jobs, provided $144 million in per to residents, and generated about $40 million in local, state, and federal government revenue. So that's all to say, we are happy to celebrate our creative economy tonight because we know it's a huge part of what makes our entire economy a really vital and vibrant place to live and to work and to contribute. So that's great. The numbers are great, but really what we're here tonight to do is to celebrate the creativity of individuals, of individual people, of individual initiatives, of organizations and businesses. So we want to really recognize creative work that transcends the monetary metrics. We celebrate all kinds of amazing people tonight, and we're happy that you're here to celebrate that with us. So before we get started on introducing you to all of our, I want to bring out somebody who has been a huge advocate and proponent of arts and culture in our city. And she's been our honorary chair of the Creative Bravos since we brought it back in 2018. And so I'd like to bring out our amazing, and your amazing, First Lady, Liz Kisten-Keller.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Shell. A huge thanks to Shell and Elsa and Tanya and the entire arts and culture team. Huge thanks as well to the entire staff here at South Broadway for all the behind the scenes work that puts there. So if you didn't key in on the term honorary chair, what that means is I get to show up for a lot of the really fun stuff, and there are tons of people behind the scenes who are doing lots of hard work to make all of this happen. So a big round of applause for the arts and culture team. So as Shell has mentioned, right, the Creative Bravos Awards have evolved over time. When Shell and her team brought them back originally in 2018, they were committed to the idea, right, that this should reflect and resonate with the deep history of these awards for our community, but that they should also continuously evolve to reflect the diversity of art and art making and teaching and outreach in our community in all of the different forms it takes. And so this year, I think, like in previous years, we get to come together tonight to celebrate so many different artists, so many different groups, organizations who are doing extraordinary things in our community. And I hope that for all of you, most of you who have come because you've got ties to one of the specific awardees, or you've got ties and will come to anything at South Broadway, which is a really good rule to follow, see and experience some of the other individuals or groups or organizations you might not have heard of, and to be able to spread the word through your networks about the exciting work that's being done. So each year as we look across the individual awardees and the set of awardees, there are things that stick out to us as a set. And I think for this year, we are particularly proud to think about the ripple effects that are created by each of the awardees you will see tonight, who have roles in terms of bringing groups in sharing delicious information and sharing spaces that bring our community together, that get folks connected. This group's dedication to mentoring, to education, to advocacy, and again, to creating just positive ripple effects in our community really stands out as something Tim and I and the entire city are tremendously proud of when we think of the role that arts and culture plays in making Albuquerque an incredible space. So as we celebrate these achievements, both the past achievements for each of these recipients, the things they will continue to do in our community, know that we are just so grateful for each of you, to each of you as awardees, and to the communities that make your work possible. So enjoy this evening and join me again as we open up into the presentations. I'm going to turn things back to Shell, but a big round of applause for all of our and everyone who supports them. Thank you.
All right. So before we get started on our individual awardees, I want to say that the Creative Bravos is one of my favorite things that we do in the Department of Arts and Culture, and we have a big, amazing department and amazing things. But taking a moment to step back and really look around and to see who in our community has been making an impact for a while, or who is really doing work that maybe sometimes we almost take for granted because they've been doing it for so long. There's a couple of those awardees here tonight. And to just take that time to say your city, and not just the city of Albuquerque as in the government, but your community sees you and we appreciate what you do, and you're doing it so well for all of us. This is really important work. We have to celebrate each other, and we have to take the time to do that. So I know there's many of you here this evening, and thank you for coming. And then I really encourage you, we're going to share videos that really tell the story of each of our awardees, and then these will go out on our social media. So I really ask that you help us share these stories of these individual awardees over the coming weeks. Because it's great that people are here tonight, but we really want to lift up how amazing each of these awardees are, but also all of these places across our community. So, all right, so there's enough about that. Let's get on with the fun stuff. So we're going to get to know the 2024 Creative Bravos Award recipients. And the way we're going to celebrate their stories is I'm going to give you a very brief introduction, and then we have a much more comprehensive video that includes interviews with them and a sense of what their work is about. So we're going to go through several of these. We have 9 recipients, so get ready to be amazed. Yeah. All right. So first, we are very happy to celebrate Naomi Elizabeth Montoya. She is, yeah, go ahead, you can give her some love. That's right. She is an esteemed educator and charter school administrator fostering the transformative power of the arts in Albuquerque's youth. She is also an accomplished dancer choreographer. She is dynamic, energetic, loyal, joyous, and talented as an artist, as a dancer, as an educator, and as a member of our community. Let's learn more about Naomi.
I have a strong belief that the arts are for everyone. Everyone should have access to the arts. And with that, we all understand that even though all of our students from the school may not necessarily pursue careers in performing arts, they have that appreciation and that support for the arts, and I think the arts can enrich like our lives in so many ways. One of my students said the movement was able to communicate what she wasn't able to put into words, and I just thought that was really profound for a young person. When I first started working at Public Academy for Performing Arts, Lana Croth was the dance chair. And at that point in time, we only had one dance class, and she did jazz and ballet. The next year that the school was open, Veronica Torres and I, we co-headed the dance department. We brought on contemporary dance, which is what I teach, and then she taught flamenco. And then together we thought it would be wise to bring in another dance form, and that's when we brought in Karen Price, who taught hip hop. And so we teach 5 different types of dance disciplines. And all of our students take dance class instead of PE or physical activity, so our dance classes count as their PE classes. I started Contemporary Dance Ensemble, which is the professional program that bridges high school to professional dance. And from that program, I have students who are, they're working as backup dancers, they're working in companies. They've been able to work with really phenomenal people, and just like the network continues to grow. And I think that's very exciting, the scope of the reach of all of our students. That's very exciting. I hope to be the mentor and the role model for my students to show them that you could do anything that you want to do. The arts are for everyone, and hopefully doing my best to maintain that balance, because it's hard sometimes. When you're having a hard time balancing all the things, like communicating that so people understand that you are human, asking for grace when you need it and space as you need it as well. But I think all of those are really important life skills for young people too. Because I've had a lot of loss, I try to be the support for my students. The best way to support a young person is by supporting them, whatever their dream or whatever their goal might be. So I try to be that person. The arts are incredibly therapeutic, incredibly healing, and it's one of the reasons why art should be in all the schools. I am successful because of the support of my community, the support of my friends, the support of my students. I am truly humbled and honored and grateful and appreciative. I hope that I can continue to, spread the light and have others continue to carry that torch as they continue their work in the arts.
Yeah. All right. We're going to bring all our awardees up at the end. So let's go ahead and move on to our next. Let's see. Oh, all right. Next we're going to celebrate 1415 Gallery. Yeah. Very exciting. This is a collective-run exhibition space in the Bareilles neighborhood, fostering experimental and underrepresented art, serving as a vital hub for contemporary creativity. This collective brings passion, inclusivity, a contemporary vision and aesthetic, a dedication to artists and to arts patrons, keeping their small, impactful gallery hopping with dynamic programs all the time.
1415 Gallery is located on 4th Street near Bareilles Coffee House and Bridge, and it's like a sort of unassuming storefront.
The place where we are currently occupied has for a long time been a DIY art space. It actually goes back like 20 some odd years. The reason we all came together was because the last collective before us, the previous Graft collective, didn't have someone to hand off to. Their solution to that was they gathered together a bunch of people who did not want to stop working, and they gave us a blind date, and 5 of us said yes. There's a reason our collective is called the LOA. It stands for League of Acquaintances.
This gallery is an artist-run gallery. It's a DIY gallery. It's a non-commercial gallery. We're like not a non-profit. We're like a anti-profit sort of operation. So we're really the collective came together because we like believe in the value of this, having a space where artists can present their work without having to like pay like a rental fee or without having to pay commission to the gallery owners. So we're really just like, we want this to be an open community space. And so like with like a low barrier of entry for people to show work.
When we got together to do 1415 Gallery in Albuquerque Arts Space, we realized that it was such a fundamental kind of tenet of the work to make sure that we were collaborating, with folks across the community to make sure that the neighborhood knew about resources that they might not have heard about before, to realize that, there is a space for exploration and collaboration in a communal sense.
We don't charge the artists, and we accept shows based on the merit of the work that we see in front of us and not their background, not the history of what they've done. It really fosters that experimental nature.
The fact is like, in order to get the best work from an artist, you have to let them expand a little, try new things. And if they are only thinking about a profit margin, they won't do that. They can't do that. They have to, because they're trying to make rent, they're trying to make commissions for themselves. So it's better this way, the way we do it, we feel.
It's an honor to accept an award like this, especially given that there are so many spaces trying to do something good for our art community, trying to provide good resources for our artists. There's so much more that we would even like to be doing, but we are semi-constrained by being self-funded. Just to have that recognition that what we do matters to the community is huge.
I believe in Albuquerque as an artistic space. I believe in it as a working class place for real artists. That is why we do it. It's because I genuinely believe that Albuquerque is an incredible place full of incredible minds and incredible talents.
All right. All right. Next, let's honor Edible New Mexico. Yeah. This is a publication published by Stephanie and Walt Cameron, which celebrates the state's food, culture, and culinary artists through compelling storytelling and community connections. This is a local, thoughtful, intentional, inspiration, and mouth-watering publication, which showcases every corner of the culinary arts in our city and across our state. And they do it for the love of the work, because I think you guys know publishing is not, print publication is not where it's at these days in terms of making money. So we really appreciate that they continue to highlight what's going on in our community. So, Edible New Mexico.
In addition to the print magazine, we use events like the Green Chili Cheeseburger Smackdown, soon to be launched Burrito Smackdown, which educates them that, it's a cultural thing, but it also is about the ingredients and how easy it is to actually source everything locally versus, buying off a big truck. So that's how our events connect to our mission. And then we use our digital offerings of newsletters and social media to stay in touch with our readers on a daily and weekly basis theme. We always start with some sort of question, rituals. What is a ritual in New Mexico? Biscochitos is the ritual, right? So we use those themes to guide us in our storytelling, both, from the businesses that we cover and the in-depth editorial in the magazine. We see ourselves as connectors. I think that's a really good word for what Mexico does, and we connect people, and we connect chefs to farmers, we connect farmers to food artisans who are making value-added products, in addition to connecting them to our readers.
We've actually connected farmers with chefs, and those chefs have actually started their produce from those particular farmers, and it's kind of neat to see.
There are so many instances and says, I really would like to be able to make this product local ingredients, but I don't know where to start. And Walt and I will say, well, X farmer is making, is growing cucumbers that would be perfect for your pickles, and I'm sure that they could grow varieties that you would be interested in. Those are the kinds of connections that we make on the ground level beyond our readers, is connecting the people that we actually tell the stories about. Yeah, our advertisers are part of our community.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that we're super selective, like going out and hand picking, but they kind of self-select us because of our mission and what we do, and they are as much a part of the content of our magazine as the stories that we tell. And Walt and I are absolutely a huge part of this magazine and are involved from head to toe every single day, but we also have editors and writers and photographers that help us tell this story to our readers, and we want to thank them as well and thank on their behalf, because this award is as much theirs as it is ours.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think we have a couple of firsts tonight, and this might be the first publication we've honored, but I know. I'll have to go back and check that, but I think it might be. I haven't memorized all 30 years of the Creative Bravos, but I have read through them recently. All right. Just hold on while I figure out where I am. I got all distracted by the delicious food. Okay, here we go. All right, next, we are very happy to celebrate a local independent cinematic treasure. Yeah, Keith Henley is the steward of the Guild Cinema. I know, give it some love. Yes. The Guild is Albuquerque's iconic art house cinema, providing eclectic and fostering community connections for over 2 decades. I think it's actually a lot more than 2 decades. I think Keith has been there for 2 decades, if I remember the history correctly. As a theater, the Guild is an iconic place to see incredible films with the best popcorn. But thanks to Keith, the Guild is so much more, and it plays an important role in our creative and cultural community. It's a community hub. It is a go-to creative partner for so many nonprofits and for artists, and it's an unofficial landmark in our community. So let's learn some more about the Guild. It sounds like you all know about it, but let's learn a little bit more about the Guild Cinema.
Well, it started in 1966 in February by the Zito family, and then shortly after in 71 it was taken over by Bert Manzeri, who went on to do landmark cinemas and stuff like that, and was instrumental in helping start Sundance Film Festival. But he started right here in Albuquerque at the Guild Cinema, and that's where it kind of got its art house standing, where he'd show a lot of foreign films, a lot of older films, not just new stuff. And so it kind of gave it that independent alternative movie flavor. Yeah, the way we've kind of tried to keep it as an art house cinema and identifiable as such is we haven't really changed a whole lot. We have changed the seats for good reason, and we've done some upkeep and stuff like that, but it's kind of similar design. So when people say we're retro, that's not quite accurate, but I'll take it. You know, it's people find it to be quaint, but it is kind of the real deal. I mean, we started in 1966 and continued on strongly from 70s onward. We show locally made films. We show films that you won't see in other movie theaters that offer a different point of view on the world. We do work with a lot of local businesses, a lot of different local organizations and things like that. And we try to make ourselves very accessible and coherent to the public, and try to be easy to deal with and stuff like that.
My notes say that you're going to do an acoustic set. Did you bring your guitar? You're going to do a little pre-show? Okay.
All right, come on in. Yeah. It's an intimate setting in the cinema womb with friends and strangers in the dark to watch these movies. You talk about movies afterwards. We try to get special guests when we can, people to speak about it. And again, it's working with the community. It's providing a space where people are comfortable and feel like they can, express themselves and things like that. Well, I'm grateful for this award. I didn't really expect it at all. I run a movie theater. We show movies. I've got great friends. I got great patrons. I got a great guild team crew. So I'm very fortunate to have all of that. I would like to thank the late, great Alan Fulford, who just passed away, and David Nelson with Basement Films, who's still with us. Both of these individuals gave me a sense of how it could be, how you make time and space and make yourself available through these things that might be different than the status quo. There's many others, but those two come to mind right now. Looking forward into the future, I just want to do what we're doing now, do it better, and continue to do what we do, which is trying to provide a bigger, maybe a larger sense or a different sense of what the world can be. And I hope at the end of the day, it's tantamount to, again, being more than just a monetary exchange. I hope there's something vital and invigorating to our lives that can offer, again, a different point of view on the world that goes beyond a monetary exchange.
All right. Well, we're gonna change it up just a little bit. We're about halfway through our program, and we have a little special treat. So we met Naomi Elizabeth Montoya earlier, and we're going to take a moment, and she is going to perform with Frank Leto and friends. Yeah, Frank Leto, along with his wife Pilar, were awarded the 2018 Creative Bravos Legacy. This is the first time we gave a Legacy Award. Frank is a local arts educator and multidimensional artist who has found a balance between professional musician and professional educator. So let's take a couple minutes and enjoy some music and dance. Don't worry, we have a little bit more music later on. Yeah. I mean, what's a Creative Bravos without some actual live art? Did you guys know they were back there? Were you like surprised? Were you like, what? Magic. All right. Okay. I've always wanted to say this. Here we go. All right. And now it's time for the Children's Hour. Right? The Children's Hour and Katie Stone is our next honoree. So, yeah, let's give Katie some love. Okay, I kind of saw a lot of the people that came in, but like, just make some noise if you have actually been on the Children's Hour. Go ahead. Yeah, all right. I knew a lot of you had been. All right. Katie is the renowned host of the Children's Hour and producer of award-winning children's programming, enriching young minds worldwide through engaging educational content. If you've met Katie, you know that she is energetic, visionary, generous, and is definitely in touch with her inner child. So yeah, hooray for the Children's Hour. Let's learn a little bit more.
23 years ago, as I started the Children's Hour, as we produce it now, we had come upon a landscape of public radio that really lacked children's programming except for the Children's Hour. And I was a volunteer at KUNM-FM, where we were lucky we had carved an hour for all ages public radio content. Flash forward 17 years, we started a nonprofit called the Children's Hour Incorporated in order for the show to have legs, support, and a team behind us because it had really grown beyond a volunteer effort. We learned that across public radio, children's content is incredibly rare. When it does exist, it tends to be just playing music and really not digging into the potential of how radio could be used as an educational tool for kids of all ages. We involve a large crew of actual children who are not professional actors or media people. They're kids. They're part of a free school program that the Children's Hour runs in order to teach kids broadcasting skills, but even more importantly, people skills, how to talk to adults, and how to dig into a topic with a scientist and really find out what they know. We went from being a willy-nilly, only on Saturday mornings live radio program to today, where we're syndicated on more than 150 radio stations around the United States and Canada. And the show now has dozens of kids participating, doing things from field recording and creating their own reviews to kids having interviews with some of today's most important leaders in their fields. We have had amazing projects with teachers, from bird watching with kids at Valle Vista to hearing about kids doing outdoor education projects across the state of New Mexico. We're just always happy to collaborate with teachers to help showcase their kids in a way that maybe has never been done before for these kids. And we hope it inspires them to consider that they have a voice that matters. We at the Children's Hour are so honored to be receiving the Creative Bravos Award. It's really unexpected because often I don't think of our work as art. It feels to me like what we're doing is a collaboration with the wonderful people of our city and our community to create educational programming. And as we are thrilled to accept this award from the city of Albuquerque, we're also incredibly humbled by the support of our community, who every day let me know how much the Children's Hour means to them. And I appreciate every single one of the hundreds of kids who have been on the radio with me on the Children's Hour. Thank you all so much for giving us this incredible opportunity. We're just delighted.
Yeah. All right. So another surprising, unconventional awardee this year is Dr. Charmine Daras and Hotel Zaz. Yes. All right. Charmine is the entrepreneurial powerhouse behind Hotel Zaz, which is a whimsical artist haven on Route 66, blending vibrant design with empowering storytelling. Like so many people, Charmine has big ideas and big vision. Unlike most people, Charmine implements those big ideas and manifests her big vision. Hotel Zaz celebrates and partners with local artists, showcases local artisans, and brings together locals in the center of our city alongside a lot of visitors looking for a cool place to stay in the center of our city.
So the mission and vision of Hotel Zaz is really, really unique. It was derived from this toddler, who is my daughter and the president of our company. And so it was a concept to take the old and make it bold. And how do we do that? We do that by immersing sweet tunes and creating chromatic visuals. And who better yet than to explore the local artists, especially the mother-daughter teams, to infuse it into Hotel Zaz. So not only do we have something that's old and gold, but we have something that's bold and forward future that helps support the local artists within the community. You tell me, how many hotels do you see out there that have bright, hot pink and magenta and purple and have whimsical bananas that open secret doors and passages to an awesome speakeasy that takes you back to the 70s in your grandmother's Southwest living room, right? Not many. And we wanted to take this concept where it's redeveloping something that's iconic and important. You know, Hotel Zaz was formerly the Sleepy Bear Travel Lodge for the Route 66 iconic Ernst Haas image that you see all around the world. So we wanted to preserve it. And how do we still provide that 5-star quality service? And that's by bringing in art, bringing in a spa that's owned by another woman of color, and bringing in a bar that's also owned locally and ran by another woman of color. We wanted to offer a cool staycation so locals can also enjoy and immerse themselves in other local artistry and Nob Hill and promote foot traffic and promote tourism dollars to go into Nob Hill so that other restaurants and other entertainment aspects of Nob Hill can just grow and develop. There's a specific mother-daughter team from Enchanting Soap Collections, Roberta and Crystal, who create unique soaps that incorporate part of their heritage, you know? They bring in blue corn, they bring in natural Ayurvedic aspects, and bring in a taste of New Mexico culture. And it's so special because, you know, we have our guests that go into the rooms, wash their faces, use the soap body, it's the hand soap, and then they want to buy it and take it home. To win this Creative Bravo Award means that all the sweat and tears that my parents as immigrants put into this city is paying off. With their hard work, my generation and my generation after me, my daughter's generation, are able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And for the artists, I want to share that with you. As a woman of color, it is hard, but know whenever you have someone having a seat at that table, they will uplift you and bring you to it. So don't lose your motivation, don't lose your inspiration, and continue to grow. And understand that the fight will always be there. It's how you overcome your adversities. Like my parents they overcame their adversities, and like we will. We are doing it together. I am here for you. Continue the arts. It is what the world needs to be a better place.
It's time for a staycation. All right. Oh yeah, party at Zaz. Okay. All right, here's another one of our firsts this year. We're going to celebrate Archetype Tattoo and Ben Shaw. Yeah. Archetype is tattoo studio owned by Ben Shaw, and this is the first time the Creative Bravos has honored a tattoo artist. So let's take a moment to hear some love from anyone in the audience who's proud of their own body art. Go ahead. There's got to be a few of you. Yeah, we are excited to offer the Bravos to the tattoo art community. We're honored to recognize Archetype and Ben specifically because he is dedicated to mentoring other artists, advocating for industry standards, and also giving back to the community through charity events. And of course, he spent a long time committed to helping elevate the art of tattoos in the city of Albuquerque.
There's like this really cool relationship that's built between tattoo clients and tattoo artists. I mean, we're stabbing people thousands of times, and there's like this fight or flight response clients have to kind of let go of and trust us, right? And then not only trust us to hurt them, but also permanently change their appearance. There's a lot of responsibility with that. And when we start to open a studio and we have a ship that we're steering, we want to make sure that the people that are involved also keep those ethics and that kind of mindset behind it. And so when we formed Archetype Tattoo, it was a community-driven tattoo studio that would utilize not just our tattoo ability to make great tattoos in a clean and safe environment, which is huge, but also that we can make a positive impact on our community just by breaking down stigmas and using our artistic ability to raise money with tattoos or trade tattoos for gang goods or sleeping bags or whatever. We didn't always just like, we're gonna do these specific things. People came and said, hey, you know, we're doing this event, would you like to participate? Or hey, we could really use your help. 2017, bought out my business partner and relocated, and it was that group of people who were solid, right? The ones that had that seed of community, that seed of amazing tattoos, seed of wanting to do more. We were able to take that and replant it into fertile soil. And then from there, the shop's just been doing great since. But doing like Art Fusion for a Cause, it's amazing the mind shift that some of the people had about us. A lot of tattooers can appear intimidating, but some of the conversations we had from there, some of the people that we connected with, I believe opened people's eyes that tattooing is a beautiful art form. It's creative, it's taking somebody's internal feelings and putting them on their flesh, making them feel closer to themselves. And doing these types of activities, I think, is really helping tattooing become a cultural value today. I moved to Albuquerque in 2004, and it has become my hometown because of the acceptance of diversity. You can be whoever you want to be here and do whatever you want to do, and we find common ground in that as opposed to kind of push against it. And I've felt nothing but respect when it comes to bring tattooing into today. And being able to receive an award for that, it just is validating, meaning that you put in work and you don't really expect anything from it. You just, I get to do cool tattoos and I'm raising my kids and I get to have fun. And that others outside could see that and appreciate that and then give an award saying like, hey, we see what you're doing. It feels good. It feels like others truly see who we are and who I am. And it makes me just want to continue to do more.
Nice. All right. One thing we do every year is recognize emerging creatives alongside, a lot of the people that you've seen who've been doing what they've been doing for years, decades, sometimes a lifetime in other cases, because we feel like it's really important to not make the Creative Bravos like lifetime achievement awards, like to see what people are doing and recognize when they started, but they're making a big impact. And so tonight, our Emerging Creatives Award goes to Sopapilla Productions. Yes. Keith Allen and Felicia Macias. And the thing to know is they're not, they're not teenagers. They're young by my standards, but they're not teenagers. And a lot of times these awards sometimes go to somebody who's like 17 or 18 or 20. But they have been doing what they've been doing for a relatively short period of time, and they've grown their impact very, very quickly. And so we recognize Sopapilla Productions because they are dedicated to uplifting local businesses and artists through innovative media content. The team is energetic, they're fun, they're engaging, accomplished, and they use their talents to showcase the talent and beauty of our city. So Sopapilla Productions.
When we first started the company, we wanted to create opportunities for ourselves because we weren't getting too much in the film community. We would get like one-liners here and there, and that eventually led to we had to pay the bills. So then we started creating opportunities to pay the bills, but then we weren't fulfilled artistically. And then it wasn't until we made a dramatic shift in our company ethos where we decided to ask, how can we add value to the community and to the people around us? And that was the moment that the entire company started changing and growing exponentially. Not just creating opportunities for ourselves, but creating opportunities for other people. And that's where everything just blew up and stuff to be consumed. So why not give a platform to be able to add value to this community and make it a better place and showcase what Albuquerque's got?
Well, I think collaboration starts from within. Keith and I have been working together for 12 years. So I think just having that as a foundation has really helped us collaborate with so many other people, whether that be crew or whether that be people that we're filming with or filming. And one thing is, what's the story? That's the question, is what's the story that we're trying to tell? And if we're all on the same page, then we'll be able to tell that story properly. This sounds so bad, but we don't go in with a vision. It's more like we kind of let the story unfold by talking with each other and talking with the other people, asking them what's most important to you. And then we can showcase that. We've only been in business for 3 years now. And obviously, the main thing is financially. The beginning was very difficult because of finances. We were in COVID, and we just wanted to do things.
But thankfully, we had lots of opportunities in the beginning from the city of Albuquerque with grants and stuff like that to create a food show. And so what we tried to do is highlight 18 different restaurants to try to promote them and give them some content to feature on their social media to be able to let people know that they're open again. And it's a win-win for everybody, like the restaurants get more business, the patrons get to see where the great restaurants are, and we get to work.
I think something that sets us apart is that we don't focus on one thing. We are kind of a little bit of everything. We do everything. Like, we act, we also film, we also do crew, we also run Channel 26 programming. Like, we kind of just do a little bit of everything. And I think that really, us being so well-rounded really helps us, grow in different areas, which of course helps us grow as Sopapilla Productions. Like, we're so grateful to have won this award. It's such an honor. Thank you so much. Also, thank you to the people that work with us. We have like a core group of people that we consistently work with, and we're very grateful for them because, of course, without them, we wouldn't be doing any of this.
All the artists, all the creators have brought us into their studios, have invited us into their studios, their homes, their businesses, and allowed us to tell their story. Because, so thank you to all of them, and thank you to the people of Albuquerque. I truly believe that Albuquerque is like, it treats you the way you treat it. So we want to treat it with nothing but love and respect because it's done exactly that to us.
Yay! All right. Each year, we select one recipient for the Legacy Award. This award is focused on someone or some organization whose creative contributions reflect artistic excellence, significant positive impact for our city, along with sustained and lasting impact through education, mentorship, and community building. Our final recognition and celebration tonight is for Raven Chacon. Raven is the recipient of the Legacy Bravos Award for 2024. He stands as a testament to the transformative power of artistic innovation and dedication. His prolific career as a composer, performer, and installation artist has left an indelible mark on the global arts landscape, with works showcased at prestigious venues worldwide. Chacon's accolades, including the Pulitzer Prize in Music and multiple fellowships, underscore his exceptional talent and influence. Furthermore, his commitment to mentoring emerging talents through initiatives like the Native American Apprenticeship Project exemplify his enduring legacy of fostering creativity and cultural enrichment across our city.
So one of the things that's amazing about Raven Chacon is the way that he has been able to negotiate multiple worlds within his art and practice. So in the music world, he's been able to establish himself as this incredibly renowned artist who works both in chamber classical music, for example, but at the same time, he'll also be doing these incredibly artistic interventions that he has done over the course of his career, whether it's as an individual artist, whether it's in collaboration with artists. And so he has these incredible ranges of creative artistry that range and are appreciated in the music world, but also in the world of visual arts. It's his activism and his collaborations that also make his work something that is really special, particularly here in New Mexico, where he's engaging especially with our histories and the ways in which culture express themselves in various ways in our state. And he's looking back to the past in order to create something that's wholly experimental and new. And so I think those are some of the elements of his compositional work, as well as his art installations and experimental musical performances, that have garnered him this incredible attention that he's received both nationally and internationally. When I spoke with him about this award, he really said that it's absolutely meaningful for him because it's his hometown. And for him, that's special. He still sees this place where his family is, where he has accomplished a lot of different projects as he continues to be on this, meteoric trajectory. He brings it with him and his connection to place, whether it's here in Albuquerque, whether it's his ancestral roots in other parts of New Mexico. That's something that continues to be an important part of the work that he's creating and something that he wants to give back to. And I think it's that incredible combination that will continue to sustain, his work as he moves into the future.
All right, so now we get to celebrate as a group. So what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to bring up everyone one at a time, but then as you come up, I want you to stay so that we have everyone up here at the end. Does that make sense? I'll go through it one more time. I know you get nervous because you're coming up on a stage, so I'm going to call you up, come up, get your award from the First Lady, then don't leave. And then I'm going to call up the next person. Okay? Everybody good? Yes. Okay. That was not very enthusiastic, but I'm hoping you can do it. Okay. All right. All right. Come over. All right. Let's just do a little stage managing here. All right. Now we're good. We got the First Lady back with us. All right. Okay. So, and I don't know if Naomi's out in the audience or if she's behind us, but Naomi Elizabeth Montoya, come on up. Audience, you guys can do better than that. A little bit more love for Naomi. She's somewhere. There she is. All right. And you can either come down here or there's stairs right down here in the front. Thanks, Naomi. Yeah, so start me a little. Follow you. All right. Next, we've got 1415 Gallery. I know you think that's a building, but we have the whole collective here. We've got Amanda Dene Romero, Beth Hansen, Christine Posner, John Morgan, and Ren Adams. I think everyone is here. Yeah, come on up. And I don't think you guys have to, are they all in the bag? They're all together. Don't worry, there's something in that bag for all of you, all right? I guess you're gonna they each get their own award. They're just small. All right. All right. And next we have Edible New Mexico, Stephanie and Walt Cameron. Yay!
I feel good.
Oh, do you? Nice. Congratulations.
That was for Danny.
That was for Danny. All right. All right. Next up, we've got Keith Henley from the Guild Cinema. Oh, I mean, somebody had to do it. Nice, Keith. Congratulations. Yeah. All right. Don't worry, the risk management's not in the house tonight. All right, and Katie Stone from the Children's Hour. All right, Katie's going to use the stairs. Good choice. Okay, Dr. Charmine Daras. You guys know she's an actual doctor. Like, I'm a doctor, but I'm like a PhD, which just meant I studied too long. She's an actual doctor. You can like go to her in an emergency. Dr. Charmine and her sidekick.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah. All right. And Ben Shaw from Archetype Tattoo. Yay! No word. Awesome. Okay. And from Sopapilla Productions, Keith Allen and Felicia Macias. Yay! Oh, another sidekick. Oh, yes, we've got the next generation of Bravos awardees on the stage. We got two. All right. Coming over there. Yeah. Okay. So Raven Chacon couldn't be here tonight with us, I don't think, unless I'm surprised. No? No surprise. Okay. Raven couldn't be here tonight, but I'm sure you saw with all the things he's got going, he's a lot of places, and Albuquerque is not one of them today. So, but please do visit his website and see what he's up to these days. So this was a trick to get all of them on stage at once, because we almost never get the group photo with everyone. So I want you guys to all kind of scooch in, because now you're friends. Now you're a cohort. You two, First Lady. Get on in there. All right. Do we have our? Is there? Everybody do your motos now. I have a couple couple more things. I have a couple, I just got to do a couple of more things. And you guys look great. And you need your time on the stage. So I just need to do a little bit of gratitude. I want to thank everyone on the team. South Broadway Cultural Center, thank you, Elsa Menendez, Deputy Director of Arts and Culture, who actually made sure we got this done. Tanya Lente, our Marketing and Communications Director, who actually did almost all the work this year in organizing. Diego Lucero and his team at One Albuquerque Media for actually telling everyone's stories in a really beautiful way. And you get to all have those to share beyond tonight. Of course, the First Lady, who's here with us this evening and who's always a champion of this. Yay. And Mayor Keller, who said, yes, bring back the Bravos. And also Lauren Toby, who's a really talented jeweler, and she made your awards. So now you have a hint, because it's, yeah, you'll see when you open it. It's very nice. And then I also want to thank the audience. I know there's a lot of friends and family in here and other members of the community who came to support. It's great to have you here. It's really important to witness not only what people are doing every day, but really be there and witness when they get to be celebrated. So thank you for coming out tonight and showing up for these people, everyone that's making Albuquerque better, more beautiful, and more interesting each day. So we're going to end with music. And this is really happy music, but I'm going to take just a moment before we celebrate and kind of dance our way off the stage. Is in 2018 when we brought back the Bravos. Our first Bravos Legacy Award, as I mentioned earlier, went to Frank and Pilar Leto for a lot of beautiful and amazing reasons. And unfortunately, we lost Pilar suddenly last month. And Frank came tonight to play with Naomi so that she could dance and share her dance talents. But we're going to dedicate this last, which is going to be beautiful and happy because that's what and who Pilar was in the world. But we just want to take a moment to, as we think about people's legacy, to thank Pilar for the joy and light she brought into the world, and to remind us all to dance and enjoy our lives. So, yay. You guys don't have to dance, but you might want to.
O meu coração bate ao ritmo do samba. O meu coração me diz que eu te amo. O meu coração bate ao ritmo do samba. O meu coração me diz que eu te amo. Dança comigo, vai gostar do carnaval. Dança comigo, vai gostar do carnaval. meu coração bate o ritmo do samba.